Let's turn our attention now to Bent's team, Arsenal. They take on Aston Villa. This is an interesting game for so many reasons. Aston Villa, they're under the cosh a bit at the moment, aren't they? They've, of course, played 4 games. They've lost 3 of them. After the weekend's performance, lots of question marks surrounding Steven Gerrard. As an Arsenal fan going into this, you're, of course, top of the league. You've had 4 games, you've won all 4. You must be very confident going into this game tonight. Well,
listen, what Arsenal are doing at the minute is incredible. The last time, if they could win tonight, make it 5 out of 5. The last time they've done that was 2004-5, when they won 5 of their first 5 games. So, what Mikel Arteta has done there at Arsenal, he's instilled belief into that squad. There's a difference in mentality, even going 1-0 down to Fulham, coming back and winning that. And even Leicester, you'd have to say, we score a goal, then Leicester get themselves back into it, they reply straight away, Arsenal. Leicester then score again, they get another goal. Do you know what I mean? It's like they've got this kind of winning mentality, but still a long, long way to go. But you look at the confidence of the Arsenal team compared to the confidence that's probably in the Villa dressing room. And also as well, you look at the Aston Villa dressing room, I feel like there's a lot of uncertainty in there. I don't think too many players in that squad...
In what? Who's playing?
Yes, I don't think too many players in that squad know they're nailed on to start. Like, goalkeeper probably, I understand that.
But at the moment, the centre-halves because of the injuries.
Because of the injuries. But maybe in the attacking areas, in the midfield, not quite sure what system they're going to play, what shape, what personnel they're going to use. So I think,
up front, 1 or 2.
Yes, I think in that dressing room there's a little bit of uncertainty, whereas I think Arsenal, they know exactly what they're doing to a man. So that should give them confidence to go on and win this game tonight.
Let's hear from both managers. We'll start with Aston Villa. Steven Gerrard said he knows that the fans aren't happy right now.
I'm very much aware of the Villa fans' reaction towards me, towards my team and recent results, and I think that's fair. We certainly accept their reaction, and I can assure them that we're doing everything we can to turn our recent results around. So yeah, I have analysed that situation.
Why do you think a manager at this stage of the season, which is early, but he's had pre-season, he was in charge of them last season, why do you think he probably still doesn't know his best formation?
I think he's got a lot of players there. He's got good players there, you'd have to say that, but some of them just haven't turned up, haven't shown consistency since he's been there, and maybe he's trying to fit, round holes in square pegs, because I know...
Hold on, fit round holes in square pegs?
Yeah, and that's wrong, isn't it?
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's
what
wrong.
Is it?
Round pegs in square... Who knows? What is it? Go on.
It still works your way. You can't fit a round hole in a square peg.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So,
actually, you probably could because it's a hole, isn't it?
But anyway...
What is it?
I don't know.
Square pegs in round holes.
But it's square pegs in round holes, right? Yeah. You can't do that. But he's trying to get Coutinho in there. This season's been non-existent. Buendia, since they signed him, I'm waiting for him to kind of show me that he's a Premier League player and he could do it week in, week out, next to nothing. I think they've got 2 good strikers down there, but he's thinking, right, I'm not getting too many goals from midfield. So some games I'll go with the 2, Ings and Watkins. Then sometimes Watkins plays a bit wider, Ings plays down the middle. Sometimes Ings is on the bench, Watkins starts. I think at the minute he wants to be able to put a team out there, then put a really good performance in, and then go, you know what, I'll stick with that team. But because they're so inconsistent, they got beat by Bournemouth first game of the season. Everybody beats Bournemouth. So that the warning signs were there, even with his team selection. But the result against West Ham, not a good performance. West Ham take the points, but it's a massive game for them tonight. And we've seen Aston Villa go to the Emirates and win when I was there.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen tonight. Let's move over to the other dugout and follow an Arsenal's 2-1 comeback win against Fulham at the weekend. Their manager, Mikel Arteta, said the atmosphere at the Emirates has really helped his side.
It is different. It is different how much we want it, how hungry we are, how humble we are. And then, again, playing in this ground with this atmosphere, it makes a huge difference. The level of belief, the way they push you, the way they make you play is different. And I'm really happy. I think mentally is a big barrier to overcome that. And big teams have to know how to win in last minutes and turn games around. And we've done it today.
He has got his players now playing with a certain brand of confidence as well. They all look happy. They all look like they've got a smile on their face. And you're right, that comeback win against Fulham wasn't just the fact they beat Fulham, the manner in which they did. There was real belief even when they went 1-0 down. One of the major cogs for Arsenal is, of course, Bukayo Saka, who looks like he's going to sign a new long-term deal. His current deal runs out in 2024. He's supposedly on 70 grand a week. They're apparently going to double that to around about 150 grand a week, which means he'll be earning the type of money that Thomas Partey's earning, Jesus as well. How important is Saka for Arsenal?
Yeah, because I guess not only is what he's done on the pitch, making his debut, when was it? 1920 season. No, his debut was 1819. 1819 season was his debut. You was going to say something silly, weren't you?
Well, you said 1920, so it sounded like you're talking about over 100 years ago.
In the 1819 season was when he made his debut. But when you look at somebody, I think when fans look at Saka, he's one. We spoke about academies yesterday. When you look at Saka, you kind of identify he's one of your own with his Arsenal dressing room. Him, Smith Rowe, that kind of culture that's down there at Arsenal. But his performances have been brilliant. The only thing he's lacking right now is a goal. I think he's got 9 games without a goal. He looks like he's getting a bit desperate in front of goal.
He scored 11 last year. Is that enough last season? Is that enough?
Well, it's a good start. He's getting better and better because he went, what was it? He went 1 his first season, 5 the next, and then 11 last season. So he's clearly going in the right direction. But I think for him, if he can get a goal, that will give him a little bit more confidence because I think he's doing everything else. He's working incredibly hard. He's creating chances for other people. He's dynamic whenever he gets the ball. It's like, because I was there at the game on Saturday. Every time someone gives him the ball, there's like a waiting for, do you know what I mean? That kind of atmosphere in the stadium, like on the edge, you see, what's he going to do now? But if he could just get that goal as well, that'd be a massive boost for him.
How important is Arsenal's finish this season to keep him? And when I say that, I mean, a side like Arsenal, right? It pains me to say it, I like watching Arsenal, right? I love the fact they've got a young squad. They do look exciting when they go forward. And you've got players like Smith that can't even get in the side as well.
Odegaard's keeping him up.
Odegaard looks wonderful.
Yeah.
He looks so... Maybe natural is the wrong word, but when he's playing in the middle of the park and he's spreading the ball around and scoring goals as well, he just looks like he's been doing it all his life for Arsenal.
Honestly.
He looks like he's been part of the furniture for a long, long time. But my point is that Arsenal, now they look, I wouldn't say the finished article.
On the way.
But on the way. But so how important is it that rise continues for Arsenal and they get Champions League football and they win trophies to keep someone like Saka at the club?
Well, Arsenal have always won trophies, FA Cups. They've always won FA Cups and we haven't won the league for way over, nearly coming up to 20 years now. I think it will be next season. It's so important that they get, like, at the end of this season, Champions League football has to be there next season. There's no excuses because he's been back twice in the windows. And if you want to keep your best players, the likes of Saka, Smith Rowe, the youngsters that you kind of nurtured and got them to this point, you have to be in the Champions League. So I think for Mikel Arteta, I think a lot is in the balance this season. I think if it continues and they finish in the top 4, Champions League next season, brilliant, fantastic. If Arsenal don't, I think you're going to start to hear whispers about players wanting to leave, and I think Mikel Arteta will be under massive, massive pressure because for 2 years now he's been given everything he wants. If that's not enough and he doesn't get in the Champions League, then that's a fireable offence in my opinion.
What do you make of Arsenal's spine? It's always important that a good league-winning side or even cup-winning have that spine. You can go back to Chelsea, Man United sides. Where do you? I mean, even Arsenal's. You had Seaman, Tony Adams, the great one, Vieira, and then pick your striker.
Well, even obviously Invincibles. You're talking Lehmann in goal. Then you've got people like Sol Campbell, Yaya Toure, Gilberto, Vieira, Thierry, Bergkamp. Like, it's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, what do you make of the current spine of the Arsenal side?
Just get him there. Goalkeeper Ramsdale, big fan of. Saliba and Gabriel look solid.
I think, by the way, I think they're fantastic. Those two.
Saliba's the one.
Gabriel was Gabriel was at fault for the goal, but then I think he showed a lot. He came back and scored that goal at the weekend.
Then you got Partey and Odegaard. I mean, Gabriel Jesus now all of a sudden is the kind of the focal point up there. So the spine's coming, but as you said, there's still a long, long way to go. But I think I'd rather Arsenal be in this position. So even if it's earlier on in the season, top of the table, winning games, then kind of scrambling mid-table.
Of course. What do you do when you've got someone like Tierney and you've got Zinchenko both fit? What do you do with those two?
I'm a big Tierney fan, but Zinchenko just offers, I think he's like Tierney's 100 miles an hour, foot to the floor, up and down. But there's something quite cute about the way Zinchenko plays. Like he can understand that role, moving into the averted kind of fullbacks where they move inside, because naturally he's a number 10 for his country sometimes, or he can play holding midfield. So he can step in, he can play. He's got a lovely left foot.
If you're playing a team if you're playing a Man City, who'd you play at left back?
I'd probably still play Zinchenko. You know,
okay.
Yeah, I think Zinchenko's the number 1. He just understands that inverted fullback role better than Tierney because he's technically better. I think it suits him more. But listen, Tierney's still going to have a big part to play.
Okay. Minimum aim for Chelsea, for Arsenal this season?
Top 4, minimum.
Okay. No trophy, top 4 success for Arteta?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see him win a trophy, but he hasn't already won one since he's been at the club.